Welcome to Beaver Stadium, home of the Penn State Nittany Lions, one of the largest crowds in college football assembled here. And a game like this is what makes college football great. Yeah, there's history and tradition, but right here, right now, there is tremendous intensity and bitterness on this field. You can feel it, as we'll see a team that made use of a bye week, the Syracuse Orange, taking on the third-ranked team, Penn State Nittany Lions. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Chris Fowler, joined here in the booth by Kirk Herbstreit. Kirk, let's get to the action on the field. The Nittany Lions will kick this away to get us going here. They'll return it from inside the 5. He'll be tackled at the 18. That's good coverage there. So Syracuse's offense trots out there to open this game. But Kirk, you can just feel the emotion, the intensity of this rivalry game right now.
Well, one thing we know is you work year-round for a rivalry game, and now it's right before your eyes. Let's see how these guys play today.
They'll run it from the gun. Gain of 2 yards. Now it's 2nd down and 8. Syracuse lines up quickly. Keep it on the ground. There's the handoff. That's a nice tackle there by the senior. It's early, but this crowd is fired up. Listen to this noise here. This is going to be tough for the visitors today. Out of the gun now on 3rd down. Looks to the left, and it's complete. Forced out of bounds after a big gain. This offense set up with a 1st down. Syracuse getting set now with a 1st and 10.
Well, it's one thing to hear about how fast this receiver is in the scouting report. You look at him on film all week. The defense coordinator tells you, get ready, this guy can run. And then the reality comes. And
a sack. The senior on this defense making a big play.
This is exactly how you can slow down the momentum and a rhythm of an offense. You got to get some tackles for a loss and some sacks. This time, they come up with a sack by getting after that quarterback.
They'll look to throw it here on 2nd down. Running back has it on a screen now. Play never had a chance. Defense grabs him for a loss.
How about the discipline of this defense here on 2nd down? You're anticipating a pass. They've got pretty much everybody covered. And then once the back has the ball, how about the speed to be able to bring him down? Now it's 3rd down.
Finds his man. He stopped short of the marker, so it's 4th down now. Hunting ready to boot it away. Bounce right at the 3-yard line and into the end zone for a touchback. The Nittany Lions offense comes out for their first possession today. And here we go, Kirk. This matchup on the edge is going to go a long way to deciding this game. An elite wide receiver and a guy who doesn't believe anybody can beat him.
This is going to be like a boxing match where it's an all-out battle. 2 extremely gifted athletes competing on every snap. Better get your popcorn ready. The tight end drag route is the perfect option for an offense looking to scheme that position open for some yardage. Perfect execution here for a 1st down.
And the single back takes the handoff. And the runner brought down right at the 38-yard line. And remember, the last time these rivals met, Kirk, these guys dropped the hammer. It got ugly.
And, Chris, don't underestimate the mental anguish that can put on a team. It's important that this defense plays well and tries to get the ball back to their own offense to give them a chance to build their confidence up.
Now it's 2nd down here. He'll hand it off. Ball carrier heads out of bounds, but the pickup was good enough to move the chains. 1st down.
Chris, just by watching this guy all year, the defense better be very careful to let this guy find that rhythm. I've seen him where he goes 5 yards, 8 yards, 10 yards, then it pops a big one. Right now, he looks like he's starting to gain some confidence here early in this game.
The back's got it. They'll stop him behind the line for a loss of 1.
Chris, I think we all kind of get caught up in 3rd down. What's an offense doing on 3rd down? But I think what's also important is how well you defend first down. If you can hold your opponents to a short gain or
breaks into the clear. It's a sprint. Forced out of bounds, but not before the football's moved inside the 10. It'll be first down and goal. The Nittany Lions come to the line with first and goal. They flip it to him on the jet sweep. And they tackle him, but a nice pickup on that running play.
Here early in the game, the defense right away realizes what they're up against. Having an opportunity to move this receiver around to give him a chance to get out in space are the plays that can really cause a defensive
catch made in the end zone. Touchdown, Nittany Lions. And Kirk, how important is that to get off to a positive start to draw first blood in a rivalry game like this?
Well, Chris, as you know, in a rivalry game, there's so much emotion. So to be able to put a touchdown on the board first just sets the tone for a big day.
And the extra point was up and good. Now they get set to kick it away. He's going to return it from near the goal line. And the returner brought down by that coverage team. So the Syracuse offense heads back out onto the field. The last time they were forced to punt it away. Can they get points out of this possession? First play of the drive, they're going to throw the football. Running out of time in the pocket. And he just throws the ball away there. Nobody open. Excellent coverage. And wow, listen to this crowd noise. This stadium is vibrating. That's why this is such a tough place for visitors to play. Looking for his big tight end. That one falls incomplete. Looking for a flag. Doesn't get it. Brings up third down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out the punishment. But here, he's the one that has to absorb the contact. And as a result, he's unable to hold on to the football.
Oh, he misfires again. 3 in a row.
I like the call here. Third down and long. You know they're going to apply pressure. The screen game almost works. But you've got to complete the pass for your guy to have a chance to turn upfield. It's a missed opportunity there on third down and long.
Coverage team brings down the returner. And the Penn State offense is back out on the field. Let's see if they can keep that passing game going. The last possession, very efficient and precise. And here's the handoff. And the sophomore able to bring him down quickly.
You know, in an era that we live in right now, everybody wants to spread the field around, try to create space, try to create one-on-one matchups, and the defense has countered over the years by trying to play out wide. But here's a great example. The defense has the ability to play wide, but still be solid at the line.
And the ball is picked off. And that's a solid return after the interception.
Boy, the quarterback gets drilled on this play, Chris, as he lets go of that ball before the interception. I think he was just trying to get it out. Didn't seem to have a chance to set his feet up. And what did it do? It made it a lot easier for the defender to come up with the interception.
Stopped right there at the line. No gain. Syracuse lines up quickly. Second down, we're going to throw it. Catch is made behind the line of scrimmage. And you'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. Not going to be easy here. Backed up a long way to go for a first down. Drops back, needing a third down completion here. Finds that big tight end for a short pass. And they wrap it up after the completion just short of the first down marker.
Chris, great effort here by this defense to keep him short of the first down. Now they've got a tough decision to make here on this fourth down and short.
Out comes the field goal team to give it a shot. This is a long way out. The kicker has good range, but this one is from 58 yards out. And it's no good. He missed it. And after the miss, still down by 7.
Now that's going to go down as an empty possession for this offense. No points as he's off target. Now you can see he's hanging his head. Poor kicker.
And the Nittany Lions offense retakes the field. This offense trying to bounce back. The last possession ended in a pick. First down. Looking to throw the football. Looks toward the sideline, finds the running back. They'll actually lose yardage after the catch. The defense all over in that time. And it's a bunch formation. Quarterback looking to throw it on second down. It's a short completion to the big tight end. They bring him down quickly, a short pitch and catch to get a little bit closer to the marker. The important third down play coming up. Dropping back, looking to throw for the first down. But they don't make the connection. That one is incomplete.
Now, fourth down.
The ball near midfield. The offense going to go for it on fourth down. Here's the snap. Looking to throw here. Makes the catch, and that is enough for a first down. Tackle, but only after picking up a fresh set of downs. And the Nittany Lions will line up on 1st and 10. Here's the snap, and he's looking to throw. Oh, they've got him for a sack. A big play made by the junior.
A loss of 14 on the play. Brings up second down.
And through one quarter, it's been a duel of big-time receivers showing out early in this one.
Penn State 7, Syracuse 0.
Offense getting set for a second down here to begin the quarter. From the shotgun, drops back looking for an open man. Looking for the tight end, and it's caught. And they bring him down after a solid gain, but it's still well short of the first down marker.
And here the tight end shows off his hands for a nice gain. Love to see the big man get his touches.
On third down, he drops to throw. Looking for the wide out. Catch made on the right side. That's a big gain. And a big gain before he goes out of bounds. The offense keeps churning, gets a fresh set of downs. They're going to run it here. They've got him, but not before a solid gain on the ground there.
Just love watching this back run. Gets behind that offensive line, lowers his pads, and gets a nice solid gain.
Quick throw. That's an RPO caught on the left side. He takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Penn State. So the offense blinking after building the lead, and this one could get out of hand.
Well, it's just complete domination. The offense is executing and doing their job, putting points on the board. The defense is showing up prepared, ready to play. It just feels like this game's getting sideways in a hurry.
Doesn't bring the kick out. Touchback. They'll start at the 25. Here comes the Syracuse offense back on the field. No doubt the last drive was deflating. They had to settle for a field goal attempt, but missed it. First play of the drive, they'll come out throwing. On the run here, lets it go. Catch made by the tight end. They finally get him down. It's a big... Moves to the 47. Syracuse lines up quickly.
Chris, I don't know if that's a busting coverage or just a mistake by this defense, but the tight end is all alone. Nobody around him, an easy throw for the quarterback, and obviously a huge gain for the offense.
And that's a solid gain for the defense able to bring him down. Same tailback, another carry. And the senior able to make the stop after a short gain. Offense gets set up here. It's third down. Looking to pick up the first down through the air. Looks downfield and connects with a wide open wide receiver. Tackle made at the 26, good enough for a first down. This Syracuse offense is quickly moving down the field. Off the play fake on first down. He's moving out of the pocket. And the junior gets home, making a sack there.
Well, the offense tries to go with the play action to slow this defense down, but they weren't buying. They applied the pressure and came up with a sack.
Second and long for this offense after the sack. They'll try to run inside, but nowhere to go. Well, Kirk, you played in rivalry games. No shortage of inspiration, but how do you manage the emotion of it all?
Well, I think you need great leadership from the team. Sometimes teams don't handle the emotions of it, and the game can get sideways on you. The teams that play the best...
They've got him. Defense comes up with a sack.
I can't believe the amount of pressure this defense is getting on this quarterback. Sack after sack. Well, you've got to think about changing things up. The snap count, the scheme, anything at all to help this offensive line. They're overmatched so far in this game.
And no chance for a return as the punt sails out of bounds. And the Penn State offense comes back on the field. The last possession was a passing game clinic and moved it right down for a touchdown. Can they keep it going? It's the wide receiver coming in motion now. Quick pass. Here comes a jet sweep. They get him to the ground about the 18-yard line.
Boy, I'm a big fan of that jet sweep motion like that. It really forces the defense to stretch them out horizontally and can create some vertical seams for this offense. They got some positive yards. Didn't quite get the first down, but I'll tell you what they've done. Planted a seed on this defense, and they better defend this style of play moving forward.
After the incompletion, they'll face a 3rd and 6. Dropping back, looking to throw for the first down. Short connection to the tight end here. Tackle right at the 30, good enough to move the sticks.
Most defensive coordinators focus a lot of their energy on how their unit performs on 3rd down and in the red zone. They give up a couple more 3rd down conversions like that, and they're in for a very unpleasant film session on Monday.
He'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage.
What a nice job here by this offensive line in the back to pick up this first down. And, Chris, you know better than me growing up in this area. Penn State's offense and the ability to run the ball, probably been doing it as well as anybody in college football for decades, going back to guys like the late, great Franco Harris and Kajana Carter and Larry Johnson and Miles Sanders more recently, and, of course, Saquon Barkley. I mean, the list goes on and on of great Penn State running backs, and I'm sure they're proud to see him running the football the way he is today.
Well, they run it right into a blitz, and that linebacker was coming downhill, Kirk.
Man, what a time to call that blitz here by the defensive coordinator, and you're right, he shoots right through that A-gap, really the back.
And it's intercepted. He stepped in front of that bullet. Big takeaway, now looking for a big return. Follows the pick with a nice return before finally being brought down.
Well, the quarterback ends up being a tad aggressive, and he ends up paying for it with a pick. I get that that might be part of his playing style, but there's a difference between being aggressive and being careless.
Sideline throw caught, but not enough for a first down. Syracuse finds up quickly. So we've reached the 2-minute warning, and this offense trying to get something going here and cut into this lead before halftime. Second down play coming up for this offense. And the quarterback dropping back. Here's a throw underneath to the tight end. Breaks clear, end zone ahead. And he's finally forced out of bounds inside the 10. Big play to set up a 1st and goal. 1st and goal, a good chance to chip away at the lead before halftime. Drops back from the shotgun, looking for an open man. Into the end zone. Touchdown, Orangemen.
Love to watch this quarterback go out and execute in this kind of situation. He's doing a great job of ignoring the scoreboard and feeling a sense of pressure to have to play with more urgency. Executing. We're only in the second quarter. Plenty of time to get back in this game.
PAT right down the middle.
Syracuse, 7.
Fields it inside the 5-yard line. Oh, he's got a crease here. Look out. Turns on the speed. Can he make it? All the way for a touchdown. Special teams making a monster monster play. The returner gets the touchdown, but a bunch of guys contributed that time.
Yeah, you're exactly right. The blocks up front really set the tone to be able to give him his chance. You don't see this happen very often in this game where a guy gets a chance to have a kickoff return for a touchdown. Everything has to be just perfect, and of course, he had the speed to be able to get it all the way to the end zone.
And he'll just take a knee. Drive will start at the 25-yard line. So the Syracuse offense heads back out onto the field. Not a whole lot of time remaining before halftime to cut into this lead. On 1st and 10, looking to throw. Junior steps up and makes an impact play.
I mean, that's another sack, Chris. I mean, we're just getting started here. First half, and you're already talking about giving up 3 sacks. You got to think about changing things up schematically, help that offensive line, and help that poor quarterback before he gets killed.
And the protection breaks down yet again, another sack. Timeout called by the defense. They'll go to the sideline and try to adjust. That's their first timeout. And this crowd coming to life here, trying to help the defense get a stop with the offense pinned back. And the quarterback keeps it on the option. He shreds the tackle. Defense able to stop him. It's 4th down now. And now the defense will call a timeout before this critical down just to get everybody on the same page. They'll kick it away here. He's got some daylight turning on the speed. And they've got the returner corralled. And the Penn State offense is back out on the field. The last possession ended in an interception. Let's see if they continue to trust this quarterback in the passing game. 1st down, looking to throw the ball. Snags the quick throw.
Well, this is the risk you take when you play man-to-man coverage and you leave a linebacker on a running back. The quarterback does a nice job of seeing that mismatch and getting the ball to the back for some good yards.
Airing this one out toward the sideline. He's got it near the end zone. And they stop him just short of the end zone. The offense set up with a 1st and goal now.
Well, that is a great throw and a catch. But now we'll see if they can finish off this drive by scoring a touchdown.
First and goal, handoff. Fights his way into the end zone. Touchdown, Nittany Lions.
Well, that's a well-oiled machine right there. Everyone on this offense has been a star in their roles. When they're rolling like this, results in quick and positive results.
So an important touchdown just before halftime. Not much time for the opposing offense to try to answer before the break. So it'll be a touchback. Ball spotted at the 25. The offense comes back out there. Not much time left. Perhaps just time for a couple plays before the half. And the back gets the football. And he's brought down, but there is a flag on the field. Let's check out this call.
Hold it.
So the holding penalty in the offense backs him up 10 yards. This line getting set up. It's a 1st down play. Using the ground game here. Tailback has the handoff. That's a nice tackle there by the senior. And that will do it for the first half here. Kevin Connors now has our halftime update.
Fellas, what an environment there today. All the animosity and flat-out hatred that comes with a good old-fashioned rivalry game on display in that first half.
And he's going to bring this out from a couple yards deep in the end zone. To be tackled at the 21. That's good work by the coverage team. And the Nittany Lions offense retakes the field. The back behind the quarterback now in the pistol. The offense will take their first 10 out of the half to talk strategy here. offense out there to start a new drive from the 21. First play of the third quarter is a handoff. They'll stop him behind the line for a loss of 1. So this defense finally makes a play. That's one of the few negative plays for this offense today.
Yeah, you said it, Chris. They don't have the easiest road to climb back in this one, but little plays like that can be points of positivity of what coaches will likely focus on as they move forward.
The loss sets up a second and long from the 20. Same tailback, another carry. They tackle him behind the line, a loss of 4.
Well, there you go, defense. Listen, it's not been a great day for these guys, but this time they stepped up and took out some of that frustration. Nice play.
Drops back, looking to throw for it on third down. The catch is made for a huge pickup. They bring him down, but an explosive play by this offense. Big game.
Well, this offensive line, you got to tip your cap. They've done everything you would ask of them in taking care of this quarterback. They do it again here on third down, working with that lead. You know the pressure's coming, and they deliver.
And the pass is complete to the tight end. He's swarmed by the defense.
Well, this is why running the football is so important. You run the ball, and then you go play action. It affects the eyes of the safeties and the linebackers and frees up some space for the tight end to be able to pick up a nice gain.
And he's tackled, but only after picking up a first down.
Sometimes I almost get mesmerized watching these runners who have great vision. You know, the eyes that carry their feet to the open space, making people miss. I just love watching those guys do work.
The game makes it second and medium. Takes the handoff and he'll head left. And they'll stop him after a short gain.
The defense coordinator this week all week telling us about gap integrity, not giving this running back any creases at all. Really sound defense on that play.
Offense lines up. This is the 7th play now in this drive. Tries the right with a quick throw. Finds a man downfield. It's a big gain to the right. Touchdown, Penn State. To stretch the lead, the route is on. The momentum really building now. This one could get out of hand here in a hurry.
And that's the last thing you want to do in a rivalry game. Not just lose the game, but get embarrassed. Man, you got to fight for 60 minutes.
And the extra point splits the uprights. Here's the kickoff team. Let's see if they give the returner an opportunity to bring this back. Return starts from inside the 5. And he stopped at the 19. Good job, bud. Here comes the Syracuse offense back on the field. Offense moving into a bunch formation. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Quarterback escapes the pocket. He'll avoid the tackle there with a slide. Offense getting set. Second down play here. Handoff here from the shotgun. Zero running room. Stopped right at the line of scrimmage.
Chris, I'll be really honest with you. I don't know why they continue to try to run the football. I'm all about balance. I'm all about trying to make sure defense has to defend the run and the throw. But at this point in the game, they haven't been able to run the ball. They're going to have to go through the air if they're going to come back and take the lead in this game at some point.
The pass is off target. He got easy through as the third down pressure works. The punt team making their way on the field. On the kick now for the 5th time today. We'll see if he can make a play on this return. They finally get him down, but that's a solid return. Good work by the return man. And the Penn State offense comes back on the field. They were clicking last time. Great protection. The pitch and catch was solid. Right down for a touchdown. On 1st and 10 here, looking to throw the ball. Lets it fly out of the wideout. Beautiful catch right near the sideline. Gets the foot down.
Man, with that completion right there, this quarterback now has gone over 300 yards in this game. What a day.
From the shotgun, handoff inside. And he stopped after gaining 4 yards. So 2nd and 6.
Nice solid run here by this back. Did a nice job of just kind of finding that lane, pick up some positive yards there on 1st and 10.
Here's the 2nd down play. Quarterback pre-snap adjustments now for this defense. The junior able to bring him down quickly. So now from the 29, it's 3rd down and short. We'll see what the play call is going to be here. Already in field goal range, but of course thinking touchdown. And he'll loft it to the end zone. Intercepted in the end zone.
Boy, this defense did exactly what they needed to do. Come up with a turnover here in the 2nd half to get themselves back in the game. They get the interception. Now, can their offense come up with a way to cut into this lead?
They'll stop him behind the line for a loss of 1.
Boy, another tough call for this offense. Seems like everything that they've called is going in the wrong direction. I think they're just trying to get out of this one at this point.
Takes the handoff again. They'll tackle him at the 27.
I tell you, to be able to pick up a nice gain like that, those offensive linemen have to sustain their blocks. Gave them a chance at a really nice gain.
Ball handed to the running back. Tackled, but 1st down.
You know, even though that these guys are facing a deficit, they're not just going all through the air. Love the fact that you're running the football, keeping this defense honest, not panicking by just throwing every single down. Now you get a new set of downs and a chance to keep moving the ball down the field.
Offense getting set up. Here's 2nd down. Back goes in motion now. Let's see how the defense adjusts. Receiver makes the catch. They make the tackle, but that pass creates a solid gain.
Just a good job here by the quarterback. Got the ball out to his receiver. His guy eats up some yards. They stay ahead of the sticks.
Try and muscle for the 1st down. They'll stop him behind the line for a loss of 1.
Well, how about that? Another call and another bad result for this offense. Kind of a microcosm of how this entire football game has gone. They're just trying to bleed that clock and get out of here. Nothing working at all.
And the returner brought down by the coverage team. And the Penn State offense is back out on the field. This drive is important. Last one, and an interception. Let's see if they can get it going here. And he lofts it toward the sideline. Oh, and he's got him down inside the 20. And they'll bring him down, but this offense creates a huge chunk play.
A big play here that gets them down into the red zone. They're not thinking about a field goal, I assure you, Chris. They're trying to get 6 points.
Trying to create outside the pocket now. Catch made on the right side. Brought down, but the completion moves the ball down to the 4.
Chris, a great ability by this quarterback to get outside of the pocket and place the football right where it needs to be for the 1st down.
Makes the catch. Can he get in? Touchdown, Nittany Lions. And this one is getting ugly. So the offense flexing, Kirk, and stretching the lead here now in the 2nd half.
Well, you can catch your breath here a little bit if you're this offense. That touchdown can help you out. But now your own defense can help you preserve the lead so you can go back out and continue to build upon that to the finish.
And here's the return from inside the 5. Solid job by the coverage team. They bring him down at the 16. So the Syracuse offense heads back out onto the field. Last drive stalled. They were forced to punt it away. Let's see what they can come up with this time. Trying to flex the ground game here. Running back takes the handoff.
Chris, you know, the spread era over the years has always grown offensively, but I've been always impressed with defenses that really build their defense to play in space, still have an ability to be sound at the line of scrimmage and defend a running game.
It's a sack. They've got it back at the 4-yard line. It's third down for the offense. And notice how the balance of this passing game has been on display here. A whole bunch of guys getting involved, catching passes. That's tough to stop. We begin the quarter with a crucial play. Offense setting up for this third down. Quarterback sets up, looking for an open man. First throw from the backup, and it's incomplete.
But these guys just continue to struggle throwing the football. You know, whether it's been running the wrong route, the quarterback not being accurate, the offensive line not doing their job. It's been a collective effort, and it's a big reason why they're trailing now in this game.
The drive ends, and the punt team on the field. And he's able to get the boot away. He'll field it close to the 50. And he's going to head out of bounds, but not before picking up some good yardage on the return. And the Nittany Lions offense retakes the field. First down here for this offense. And they'll keep it on the ground. Running back has the handoff.
Well, let's give credit to the offensive line here. They went with a run blitz. The offensive line sees it, picks it up, gives them enough room to pick up some solid yards.
He'll hand it off. They tackle him behind the line, a loss of 4.
Well, these obvious running situations are very tough when you're working with the lead late in the game because you know the defense is going to stack the line of scrimmage, make it as difficult as possible for you to run the football. So nice job there by the defense. They're trying to punch that ball out, do anything they can at all to get the ball back.
Grab made by the tight end, and he's brought down, but he does have enough for the first down.
Well, why not, Chris? Here we are in the fourth quarter. It's third down. This guy's been making plays all game long. Go back to him again, and it works out.
A pop pass on the jet sweep. Doesn't quite get in, but it sets up a first and goal for this offense.
The defense has got to do a much better job here of adjusting to the pre-snap motion. They just kind of stayed in place, and it gave the receiver plenty of room there to make a nice play.
On the ground, trying to muscle it across the line. Touchdown, Penn State. And the beatdown continues.
This is just complete domination in every phase. Offense, defense, special teams. Fun to see for this team. Unfortunate on the other side.
Penn State 49, Syracuse 7.
So no return here. He takes him in the end zone, and they'll begin the drive at the 25. Here comes the Syracuse offense back on the field. Last time was a quick 3 and out. Can they get a drive going this time? Looking to throw it on first down. Quarterback leaves the pocket on the move now. He'll avoid the big hit with the slide.
How about this by the quarterback? He takes a negative play and turns it into positive yards and slides down before taking a big shot. It's an excellent job of getting down to avoid that big hit.
Receiver makes the grab. Heads out of bounds after a solid gain, more than enough to pick up a first down.
Finally, good for them. They come up with a big play like this. Let's face it, offense has been at a premium for these guys. You wonder where plays like this have been all game long.
He finds his man. Jukes to get past a man. That's a big gain before he goes out of bounds. It'll move the sticks, more than enough for a first down.
A running back who can take a check down like that and turn it into a gain can be a quarterback's best friend. And it's an easy way to rack up those touches and get the ball to your playmaker in the open field.
Tremendous toughness here. And a big gain before he goes out of bounds. The offense keeps churning, gets a fresh set of downs. Syracuse getting set now with a 1st and 10. Tight end goes in motion. Play action here on first down. And he's going to fling it deep, going for it all here. Incomplete. They cannot connect on the deep ball.
Well, they don't connect here, but this is what you have to do. It's late in the game. You need points. You're behind. You got to take some shots. I'd go right back to it, try to find a matchup, and go to one of your receivers that can make a play for you.
They come to the line, a long way to go for the first down, but needing this crucial conversion right now. Now in third and very long, looking to throw. Catch hauled in here over the middle. Touchdown, Syracuse. No chance to catch him.
Well, first of all, I'm impressed that the user has not turned the game off and reset their plan into the final whistle. And the offense is following your lead by playing hard and gaining some confidence for next week. We're not going to win this game, but I'll tell you what, you're a trooper.
Kickoff team has come on the field now to send this one away. And he takes this from inside the 5. And he's tackled at the 21. That's when the drive will start. And the Penn State offense comes back on the field. Really excellent possession last time. The mix, the run, the pass kept the defense off balance en route to a touchdown. Handoff to the back. They'll keep the clock moving. Tackle made after a solid run by the junior.
You know, I'd say this run is pretty emblematic of what we've seen all day long. No matter what they've done on offense, the guys up front have controlled the line of scrimmage. They've given a quarterback time to throw. They've been able to run, really, whatever they've wanted to. That's why the points are going up on the board. Right now, the psyche of this offense is we're in control, and we can do whatever we want, whenever we feel like doing it.
Second down after that previous play. And now the handoff. He's brought down out at the 46.
Man, you know, the back gets a lot of the attention here. He's a good back. I love to see that offensive line win the battle of the line of scrimmage.
And that's the 2-minute warning as this offense tries to work the clock, getting closer now to an impressive victory. On third and short, they hand the ball off. And he will be stuffed for no gain.
Well, the back just had nowhere to go. How about the defensive line? They eat up all the blocks up front, freeing those linebackers up to be able to make the play. Just a bad play all around for this offense.
The first down pickup tackled at the 45.
Well, they roll the dice and go for it here on fourth down, late in the game with the lead, and they get it. Good job by the offensive line. The running back knew exactly where to go, and this one may be out of reach.
Here comes a handoff. Able to fight for a decent gain here in that running play.
That's the mark of a well-coached team. These guys don't even pay attention to the score. They're just out there executing and churning up yards. Good, solid run there as this clock continues to wind down. This offense has had a great day.
He stopped, but he gets a first down.
Look, I realize on any play call, when it's properly executed, it can go to the house for a touchdown. But the runs that really make a game plan work are the ones where you get just what you need. And he barely got the first down, but he got it.
Runner finding some space there. That's a solid gain on the ground. There might not be a sweeter feeling in college football if you walk off the field knowing that you have taken care of business and beaten a rival.